Hi, friends. Gene Valentino, and welcome back to another episode of Gene Valentino's GrassRoots TruthCast. I've had several guests on over the years, and one that stands out as being very important to me on so many levels. He represents what Americana is all about. His name is Nanda Bhagi. Nanda is an Indian, but he has Americanized himself and he's become a U.S. citizen. And what a rags to riches story, a success unto himself. On past episodes, we talked about many of his philosophies related to his success. Today, we're focusing with Nanda on something that he's created, philanthropic by nature, about to get the blessing, hopefully, from the President of the United States. Nanda Bhagi, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you, Gene. It's always great pleasure and honor to be here with you as you are so passionate, like my father, to promote truth and make sure every citizen knows what reality versus fiction is that
Well,
you are expert in.
folks, Nanda is focusing on something. Now, he won't say it, but let me just put it out there. I'm going to say it. If you like the concept of the Nobel Peace Prize, then you'll love what Nanda is about to share with us right after this.
Hello, everyone. Please keep supporting Gene Valentino's Truth Podcast. We need our voice to get out there far and wide and help save our country.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to GrassRoots Truth Podcast. And as mentioned, I'm here with Nanda Bhagi. Uh, uh, Nanda, take it from here. Tell us about the Brand Laureate World Foundation and what you're about to present.
Yes. First of all, thank you, Gene, once again. It's always great pleasure to be with you on your Truthcast podcast. And this Brand Laureate World Foundation is created exactly 20 years ago. And I was on Asian tour on various business trips related to our Nikola Tesla Smart City project. During that time, I had a chance to meet and greet the founder and chairman and president and CEO of this Brand Laureate Foundation. He was so passionately, given the demo of his museum and tour and his vision and his passion and made it into a life mission after losing almost $2-3 million by somebody cheated him whole money. He started this foundation in in parallel to the Nobel Laureate Foundation, and the main agenda was he want to identify the global brands, unicorns, which are doing over $500 million or more revenues. He identified almost 2,500 and given recognition awards in the last 20 years. So each of these 2,500 companies are billion-dollar companies today, and he has recognized 500 personalities from dignitaries to officials to legendaries to celebrity, sports stars, and also including Nelson Mandela and Pope Francis, and even our Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and President Obama. So there are almost 500 different personalities are recognized by this organization. In 20 years, this kind of achievement, reaching out to 80 countries, and they have representation in almost 80 countries and 2,500 unicorns. I felt very impressed and compelling to meet him. And then, he shared his 25 different categories that they have recognition awards. So during that tour and of the museum, at the end of that, I just put an idea on the table. Hey, you did great, but why haven't you thought about having a world peace recognition award? Then he took me to a different room and showed me a World Peace Award, which is already done in 2018 in the name of President Donald J. Trump. When he showed me that, then I was like glued completely with this organization, because what are the chances of me meeting him, and which he has already envisioned, as which is in my vision. As we all know, President Trump, in 8 months, or the first 8 to 10 months of his first year, he has enabled 10 peace deal contracts written, signed, and logged in. But unfortunately, he comes from a real estate business background, and he expects people to follow that terms and conditions listed in the agreements. But in reality, in international relations, or these kind of peace deals, people, some they keep it, some they follow, some they do not. And we still need to have a framework to make sure everybody, whatever they committed, make them accountable and hold responsible for their actions.
So
So
you're looking at becoming part of an organization which you are in a sense starting because you're taking it down a new path. And by doing this, you want to sort of have a grand opening on this initiative. And what is your announcement as it pertains to Donald Trump?
yes, basically for the 2025, I proposed in the first week of September, much before the Nobel Peace Prize announcement, which took on October 10th, to recognize President Trump as World Champion for Peace, Icon Lifetime Achievement Award. I submitted in the first week of September. So by mid of October, their board of governors, board of directors, and board of advisors, everybody unanimously agreed and approved the nomination. So this year for 2025, the World Champion for Peace, Icon Leadership and Lifetime Achievement Award goes to one and only our beloved President Donald J. Trump, which we all believe truly deserve it, because as we know, Nobel Peace Prize is there for 125 years, after, in memory of scientist Noble Alfred Noble, who has put his lifetime earnings 33 million into a foundation. Today it's worth about 250 million, and they have only six categories, and they were doing well until the early 2010. They were Until President Obama got this Nobel Peace Prize, they were always in line with everything. But you cannot give an award hoping that they will do something. But here, if after looking at what President Trump accomplished in his second term and the first term, he deserves it more than anybody. And if the criteria is only to save lives and to establish peace worldwide.
Well, we can't thank you enough, Nanda, for stepping up to do what many people have wondered about is why the Nobel Peace Prize was not even considered for Donald Trump at this point, when others like Joe Biden failed immensely in doing anything in the concept of peace. Yet he's given one. I think this organization, this World Peace Icon Award of sorts, is a new generation of and standard that you've established for legitimate candidates, which will be annual each and every year. Is that correct?
Yes, actually, we have committed the first 10 years. So, starting from 2026, we'll have $1 million prize money, which will be delivered to an escrow account. And we call it as a President Peace Prize. That the first winner is going to be President Donald J. Trump. But eventually, President Trump, as we all know, ends every 4 years. So, we don't want to make it a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year event. We want to follow the guiding principles or foundation of Nobel Peace Prize and continue this
Yeah.
for 100 years. So we will be, having this ceremony every year, and by the June 14th, which is President Trump birthday, all the funds needed for the event as well as for the winner will be in the escrow, and then the winner will be announced on the October 10th, and the ceremony will be done between December 10th to January 30th. Because this is the first year we'll be doing this event between January 20th and February 7th. We would request, or send a written request to you, as well as our beloved Senator Rick Scott and Susie Wiles, White House Chief of Staff, to have this event between February 2nd to 7th, because those 5 days we're already inviting over 120 country presidents and prime minister visiting Washington D.C. during that 5 day period, having a 1 hour or 2 hour event recognizing President Trump's peace initiatives. As you know, the roadmap is not easy. Last 10 months, he has secured the commitments of 20 trillion. Even if half of them or even 20% of them converts, it's a $4 trillion added to the new investment into the country. And he closed 10 contracts of peace agreements between 20 different countries, all regions. Even if they follow through half of the terms they agreed, this is like saving millions of lives and getting billions of dollars and creating over 10 million new jobs, which never existed in America. So he has a plan, he has a framework to have legal immigration, adding another 20, 25 million people, and create and have a job for them. So he has laid down the four foundation principles of any country: secure the borders, adding millions of jobs, getting trillions of commitments, and making peace deals with everybody in terms of business and business only. No need to fight, argue, and kill each other.
Well, you've been a you've been a long time advocate, as have we. Yet you come into my property when we were putting a fundraiser together for Senator Rick Scott. You have to zigzag your way around all of the paraphernalia my wife has here supporting Donald Trump. Donald Trump, everything, figures, masquerade, all kinds of items that we're strong supporters of Donald Trump, is what I'm trying to say. And I couldn't be happier to see you doing this for him. You know, I've often said we've got Mount Rushmore that honors four presidents, but you know, we need a spot on the granite wall of the Grand Canyon somewhere that honors this man for what he has done in this second term in less than 12 months, what some presidents couldn't get done in 12 years, 8 years. And in this case, I'm very proud of what you have done. Folks, Nanda comes out of a business environment, but he has a strong heart and soul anchored in philanthropic ideas. And this group standing out to support Donald Trump is something Nanda Bhagi has jumped on. Nanda, just a little bit about your background. Tell them about your big role with Tesla right now.
Yes, I have joined this Tesla group, which is the first Tesla in the world, started in the memory of legendary scientist Nikola Tesla. As we all know, Nikola Tesla passed away March 17 or 7th, 1946. So this company was originally named as Electra. They changed the name in memory of Nikola Tesla in 1946, August 31st. They laid a foundation for the factory. They make 100 different electronics and electrical products. This was part of the Soviet Union. Czechoslovakia was the country name, and now that country is split into two: Czech Republic and Slovakia. In Czech Republic, we have the office, and Slovakia is the first ever Tesla factory put together in 1946. So for the last, first from 1946 to 1990, it was run as a government entity, manufacturing various electronics like refrigerators, washing machines, greasers, radios, telephones, you name it. They have 100 different electronic products in telecommunications and all that. But after that, they in the last 15, 20 years, they were focused on only energy storage systems, which is called BESS, battery energy storage systems. So I, as a new president, joined as a shareholder on the 10th of February 2025 with a 5-year mandate to enable at least 24 gigafactories in major locations, and three of them, and one of them will be in our home state, Florida, and a couple of them in US, part of Arkansas and Texas, and seven of them in India, and three of them in Middle East, and few of them, couple of them in Africa. So with that mandate, we have expanded that manufacturing units of semiconductors, smart chips, and BESS and solar integrated into a AI data center. Now this concept has been fully matured into a Nikola Tesla smart city, which is going to be almost minimum $2 to $3 billion each smart city investment, to up to $12 billion. And recently, my hometown back in India, Hyderabad, has secured almost $12 billion from Trump Media and Technologies. They have committed $12 billion investment over next 10 years. So obviously, this smart city will have residential, commercial, hospitality, like having a Trump Tower and many other features like education, healthcare, hospitals, so that at least 10 to 50,000 people can experience the real smart services available for the residents and visitors. So we have already created an AI platform called We Must Meet AI, which has 100 plus AI agents which can automate the day-to-day tasks for travel, for food reservations or restaurant reservations, food ordering, smart rides, smart water management, smart electricity management. So we identified that 100 services which are in 1, 2, 3 clicks. Any user using their phone, they can avail this service as a part of a residential, you know, platform. So visitors can, the resident owners can add their visitors and VIP guests. So this is a real smart experience. We can convert literally any city into a smart city by implementing these 100 AI agents, which will do your work and save you hours of time and thousands of dollars that you typically spend on a given month and a year.
Well, you and I have not talked about this, but on my iPhone right here is my Tesla Powerwall 3 system. And it shows right now I'm pumping solar energy back out to the grid after it manages the demand needed here at the house. So, in a sense, we're both supporting the Tesla initiative from a different manner. And your authority over what you're doing through this Tesla group is probably why the brand Laureate World Foundation saw you. Folks, they brought Nanda on as executive director of the Global Peace Initiatives. And Nanda, let's get back to the big event at the White House. When and where, or and what do you hope is going to happen around the first week of February?
Yes, so basically, we are planning to do the first, the brand laureate for World Foundation event for world peace in Washington D.C., preferably between February 2nd and 7th. That is an option one. If for some reason, if those dates are not available, then we will consider to going between February 16th, which is the President Day, to February 26th. So the idea is to call these 20 countries who have signed these peace deals, who all lined up thanking President and giving their 1 minute vote of thanks to President, and then eventually our chairman, President, the founder, Dr. KK Joanne, and a few others will facilitate President with this gold medal and gold trophy for his iconic lifetime achievement conducting these peace deals. And eventually, obviously, for him, it will be the certificate come recognition medals and trophy. But by his birthday, we are committed to put $1 million so that the next year winner onwards, there is a prize money attached to this award as good as Nobel Peace Prize. And we want to be neutral. So this award will be called President Peace Prize. If US presidents continue to do the peace deals like President Trump, matching his benchmark, they will get it. Otherwise, some other countries and some other individuals who has gone above and beyond their personal comfort level and risk their life and family to bring peace to their region, they will deserve this award every year.
And this award and reward will be extended year after year into posterity. This is such a more dynamic, more innovative thought on how to award and reward our leaders throughout the world for making extraordinary efforts to bring about peace, as you've described. It's so interesting to me. Um, do you have an exact date as to when this is going to happen? Do you have the congressmen and the senators? I'm hearing many of them are lined up to endorse
Yes,
this project, not to mention the president. But I mean,
yes.
so you have congressmen. I know you've been lobbying with many of them, and I'm hearing that there's good news that it's pretty hard not to be on board with this admirable project.
Exactly. So we have reached out. Me personally, I knocked 75 U.S. Senator doors last week after coming back from Asia and Europe trip, and obviously I'm reaching out across the party line. This is not about party or country. This is about world peace. So anybody who believes peace within themselves, within their organization, within their parties, within their country, and eventually worldwide, they should be have no reason not to be part of this, and we will welcome everybody. It is a bipartisan and unilateral and universal concept more than any one party. So this year, because President Trump has gone above and beyond, he's been attacking the disputes or fixing the disputes which are there for the last 40 to 50 years. And he has at least made some first move of making the leaders to sign on a red dotted line. And obviously, the leaders have to put a framework to follow through and their obligations, their terms and conditions. So that obviously US also must put some framework and budget to enable that. And obviously, as you know, President Trump is more of an execution man. He knows how to get things done. And again, sometimes people get caught up with his words, and he does it because of, he want to bring something change, and he want to bring the change as well as equality, and he wants to bring justice to all and save innocent lives. So
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, well,
committed to that.
his actions speak louder than his words. No matter what you think about his words, his actions have won everybody over. Nanda, is it fair to say that the people could contact their own congressmen and senators and put in a plug for this inspiring award, the World Champion for Peace Icon Leadership Lifetime Award?
Yes, they should. We would even start the mass social campaign and email campaign and request all of them. And eventually, if we have all the 545 signed up, we will even do this in the Capitol Hill, Congress or even South Lawn, so that there is no space restriction. So we would love to have not one, not two congressmen and senators, but all 545. Again, guys, this is. For the world peace, we need to be on top of it, and we have differences, we have disagreements, we have different situations, but this is the one cause where we all can align as humans, keeping humanity first and saving lives always is our motto here.
This is such an admirable motive on your part to bring forward. I can see why the president would be interested in supporting this, not to mention most in Congress. You have done a great duty for America. You've done, in many cases, more than most. Can you give us a contact phone number or website that the citizens can go to? Or can they be directed to contact their congressmen and senators and put in a plug for you?
Yes, the website is thebrandlaureate.com, and the phone number, the US phone number is +1 917 565 5030. And the email right now, we can use my email, which is nanda@bhvusa.com. We are in the process of creating the emails and website for US as well, which will be ready by hopefully before or before this month ending.
Nanda is the executive director of the program, and he's this is the Brand Laureate World Foundation program. He also has the authority to get this underway with the White House. So, a big event's about to be planned in early February 2026. We'd like to have most senators and congressmen on board, if not all of them. And we know the president isn't going to have a problem with this. And for those worthy, they're going to enjoy a significant honor and a financial compensation. Uh, uh, if you like the Nobel Peace Prize, you're going to love this initiative, folks. Make sure you check in with us. Any parting concluding comments, Nanda, please?
Yes, again, this is, we want to make it a generational or even centuries to celebrate this award every year. So we want to make this, award as a President Peace Prize. Obviously, the first option is to look at President, and if he's doing great without any wars and creating more peace deals, then, and obviously every year the President can get it. But in case we are not in a situation where other countries taken the lead and doing more peace deal, they will also get an opportunity. This is not one country, one party, or one person. It's a global. So our board of governors, board of directors, board of advisors, they take into consideration all submitted applications and choose the winner. Again, here, guys, I've submitted the first week, 2nd of September. They have taken almost 40 days to agree that President Trump deserves it just because he's the US president. They did not agree on day one or day two. They took 40 days, and looking all his political statements, some are controversial, but at the same time, he speaks the truth. He speaks his mind, right or wrong. He's never worried about it. And who are we to judge? Like, again, I don't agree with everything he says, but I love what he's committed to, what he's delivered. That's what matters here.
I'm trying to figure out how I can get my wife to like me 100% of the time. I don't know. It's
That's next to impossible. Yeah. Again,
that's
that's what the thing is. Again, ask how many presidents of USA in the last 50 years has delivered a commitment of 20 trillion. As we all understand, 20 trillion cannot convert into 100%. Even 50% or 20% are converted. That's equivalent to 4 to 10 trillion. That's a lot,
that's
and that
right.
will create 10 million jobs. And how many presidents have even bought these people who are fighting for nothing, killing millions and thousands lives, innocent lives gone, and bring to the table and sign something and trying to make them accountable? That he has done 10 things. Gene, more than me, but you know the 10 countries, 10 disputes. That means 20 countries. Bringing them to a table and sign on even on a blank paper is not an easy task. So he's doing something right. People trust him and respect his leadership. Obviously, he's more of a business minded. He might have put some business investment proposal for them, whatever he has done it, and that's working here, I see.
Okay, that website one more time, please.
The World Brand Laureate Foundation. The website is the brandlaureate.com.
Brandlaureate.com. Thank you, Nanda Bhagi, for being with us today, Executive Director of the initiative to bring this to the White House and to establish this is a precedent that will be unmatched. And Nanda talked about not only initiatives within the United States, but the policies and principles of the program to set into motion a criteria for the rest of the world leaders to follow is the key to this program. This is an NGO of sorts, a non government organization. It's a not for profit, and it's upfront and fully disclosed. And that's unlike what we're seeing on certain political parties that have millions of dollars going into political candidates you never knew about. This is upfront, disclosed, transparent in the open, and honorable for the benefit of those leaders in this world that deserve to be honored in this way for such world peace they bring to the table. Nanda Bhagi, many thanks for being with me today. This is the secret sauce, I think, that puts a spirit of honor and conviction in the minds of our Gen Z crowd coming along behind us that need to feel hope and inspired to lead with honor uh, and passion in the generations ahead. You're setting into motion an incentive to help that happen. Thank you again.
Thank you, Gene, and thank you, everyone, and looking forward for all your support.
Thank you, Nanda. And thank you, everybody, for another episode of Gene Valentino's Grassroots TruthCast. Please write us or call us as well. If you have more information on or interest on this topic, get to us through www.genevalentino.com or our grassrootstruthcast.com site. There's a spot there you can click on to communicate with us. And I'll make sure you get in touch with Nanda Bhagi to help pursue this initiative, which is going worldwide. Thanks for joining us today.